guys, it's Liv here, and today I'm going to be showing you a build that I did in the world of San Myshuno. And this is actually in the lot 910 Medina Studios. And although it looks really small, it ends up kind of actually being somewhat spacious. I did this apartment originally for a writer to live in, but the more that I thought about it, the more that I figured I've seen many different YouTube videos of other speed builders doing that, and while I appreciate what they've done, I think that I just want to create some different kind of content for you guys in terms of the fact that I want to be able to show you different ideas, different ways you can kind of play with The Sims 4 and kind of play with stories and things like that. So for this one, I did it for a chef, and he is not really a chef in the conventional way of The Sims 4. He actually desires to be like a famous cookbook celebrity, and that's what he's striving for. So you'll see a little bit more detail like that inside his bedroom, which I just absolutely love. I think it just fits exactly the idea that I wanted to go with. So I knew I wanted to go a little bit more industrial with this build, regardless of it being a writer or a cookbook author. I wanted it to be for, a male sim, and I knew that I wanted it to be a little bit more industrial, more darker, black, some oranges, and you see a lot of that within this build. And this build was supposed to come out last week. The problem was the fact that I went on a small trip with my boyfriend over the weekend, and while I had such a great time, I didn't leave myself enough time to do my voiceover for this video and yet another video. That other video I'm hoping that I can get done this week in terms of voiceover and then post next week. I want to at least post one video a day, oh my gosh, one video a week. I don't know how other people do it. I guess they work full-time YouTube. I definitely don't. I work full-time at a job, so I feel like I'm always there. But regardless of that, I am really, really happy with this build. I think that I did a lot of different things than what I normally do. I kind of went a little bit outside my comfort zone. I don't love making houses or builds for men or male sims, I guess, in general. Usually if it's for a male sim, it's because he's a teenager or because he's now living with, his wife or whatever, his girlfriend. And I don't always love those builds. And it's so funny because I have a build that is the single dad house that I actually really do love. And then I have a home for a bachelor, which, again, now that I'm thinking about it, I actually do build a lot of male sim builds, but I haven't lately. It's been a long time, and I think maybe that's why I gravitated towards this idea of making it for a male sim. So I went a little bit darker. It's more honestly my preference. I like to do creams and browns and darker blacks, whites, things like that. I like a really beige color tone, regardless what gender the sim is. That's just what I prefer. So I don't always get to do it with girl builds because for the most part I can do a modern build for a girl. I've done that plenty of times. I think that this felt right, being in San Myshuno, being in an apartment, having a dingy apartment and having clutter everywhere. I just felt like it kind of worked for like a messier sim. So I mean, either way you look at it, it could be for anybody. But the sim I did create, I did give him 2 dogs, and they're so cute. I just figured because he lives alone, he might be a little bit bored. I was going to do cats because they're easier to deal with in the city, but the whole issue of the fact that they need like a cat tree and they need something to scratch on, it's just too much for me. And I am deadly allergic to cats, so I really don't like them. And it's not their fault. It's just I'm deathly allergic to cats, like I said. So it's more, I just don't like them in The Sims. I think they're kind of weird and aloof, and I grew up with dogs all my whole life practically, so if I think I had to live with a cat, I think I'd be pretty upset. But regardless of that, I mean, I think his two dogs are really cute, and I just figured he wanted some company regardless. And although you see the finished bathroom over there, I did it pretty early in the build, but the bedroom I feel like is a little bit more important. You do see me building the bathroom or decorating it at least in a few minutes or so. But this is where I got the idea to kind of switch it around, because I knew that for a writer apartment, I wanted it to be messy. I wanted there to be books everywhere. And I was more in that mood of being messy. And then I had this cookbook up there, and I'm like, I know it's not a real career in The Sims 4, but let's all play pretend, right? And I decided, as soon as I put down that cookbook, I was like, oh, well, what if he writes cookbooks? Like, that's a job. People do that, regardless if they're a professional chef or not. And I just didn't want to give him the culinary career. I wanted him to do something different, so I gave him the food critic career, which I figured it kind of mirrors each other. And for near his desk, I just put books everywhere. I put this little statue of the pig with like the little menu sign. I keep this menu sign with the chalk on it. I add this flame burns neon sign. I think it's from Base Game. Could be wrong. It could be from Get to Work. And then I put this, oh my gosh, I never get to use that movie poster, so I was really happy that I could use it here. And I decided really quickly on that I wanted to represent that this guy does study, different cultures and different ways of cooking food, different ingredients. And so I ended up putting some postcards from my first pet stuff, and they're kind of different fakes. I mean, they're real cities, but they kind of look somewhat fake on these postcards. So I did the one with the Eiffel Tower on it. I think I do the one with the pyramids of Giza. I do this one that looks like the Grand Canyon, which is not known for their food. Oh, and like a downtown city. I think that one was from the expansion in Sims 3. They tend to do that where they use locations and different things that they did in the Sims 3 and kind of implement them in the Sims 4. So it could seem like it's a new game to them, but really it's old to us. So they do that a lot. If you watch the movies that the Sims watch in The Sims 4, if you do have movies, it's all done in Sims 3 for sure. So that's really cool. And I was gonna give them a dresser, but I never use them. I never ever use them. If they have a mirror, it does the same thing. So, or I just cheat and try to go back in and completely fix their entire look. And for here, I could have put like the little toast thing and the egg or whatever, but I decided, you know what, it's his room. He still has like a taste regardless of food. So I put out the 2 food bowls. I put this really cute toy chest that we get with my first pet stuff, and I put some balls around it so it looks like the dogs have kind of been digging in there and they're kind of falling out. Originally I was only going to do 1 dog, but then I was like, why not do 2? That's so cute. And this is one of the TLC apartments, so it's really hard to build in these because there's so many things that need to be open. So it worked out in the end. I really like the way it all came together. And for the kitchen, I do give him new appliances. I get rid of these. I figure if he's a chef and he likes to cook, he shouldn't have really crappy appliances. And then this little window, okay, that comes with this apartment. You can't do anything with it. And it kept bothering me that it was so high up there. And I decided to put these plants up there because I'm like, what am I going to do with this little window? Am I going to put a curtain on this? This is looking ridiculous. And I decided to put these plants up here on top of the counters, and it just falls all into place. After that, I was just so happy with this build. I like being able to do different things for you guys and show you guys different ways of using your creativity while you're building, because I do it all the time. I have to. I mean, that's the whole reason why I like to build. And I'm putting just a bunch of different ones. It's so cute. I love it. I want to be able to show you guys different things that you guys can do, and I haven't seen anybody do this before. I might be wrong, but I haven't seen it in a video, so I was really pleased with myself, and especially because I caught it on camera. There's a lot of builds that I do off camera, not because I don't want to show them, but just because I don't want the pressure of videotaping myself, actually build. Sometimes it doesn't come right away. Sometimes I want to waste 10 hours on a build. I don't always want to, be worried about screenshots and angles and things like that. So you know, I was really happy to get this off, you know, on camera for you guys. And I give him, what else do I do in here? I put a wine rack up there on the other side of the wall that you can't see, but you'll see it obviously in the thumbnail. And I just start trying to grab some chef-like, you know, decor, I guess you should say. And we actually have a lot in just base game. Get to work is where, you know, we got 3 careers, but we did get a lot of stuff that is honestly for chefs, or it looks like it belongs in a restaurant. And then we had dine out, and then we obviously had the food critic added, a lot of chef related stuff. So I was really pleased with how easy this build came together. And it is up on my gallery. You can look me up in the gallery under the username LivSimBuild7. And on there you'll see all of my builds. Definitely follow me on there just so you guys can download my builds before anybody else sees them. That's really the only benefit to it, I guess. And just so you can kind of keep updated with what I'm doing. A lot of the time I upload my build before I even think about editing my video, so you guys get first dibs, really. And for the bathroom, I decided to go a little bit more copper and orange. I don't know why. Orange was just like a really big theme in the kitchen and the bathroom. When it came to the bedroom, I went a little bit more blue, but honestly, they look really nice together. I really love this bathroom and the way it came out. And then I just put a couple of different little paintings and things like that. But other than that, that is the whole build, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I really enjoyed making it. If you want, you can give this video a thumbs up down below, or leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.